I told my friend how to do a Schengen visa, so he was not telling me that that I should just do it through Greece because maybe apparently Greece don't have that much applications, and you don't even believe
you don't get wahala. Anyway,
how much
you
is
do,
flight
you do.
ticket for Greece because to do your Schengen visa you have to buy the flight ticket
From
already.
the first country, yeah.
So flight to Greece, UK return. The guy was telling me that it was £40.
Like, return. See, people don't understand that this year.
Return £40.
So now think about it. Is that not information is power? So if you go and see me, they travel. You know, so if you see all those people on Instagram, they say how I spent $200 in 10 months to 10 countries.
Yeah.
If guys, welcome to Japa Credit.
Even if whatever it is, just take it like that.
Even if like that our friend now, even if she's ready to meet somebody that's probably earning like 300k and living in Ogba. So now the guy that is earning 300k and living in Ogba is only just thinking about himself.
He now has to think about that person.
Is he ready to also now start thinking of another person? So there are very, very few people who are ready to think of another person at that salary.
I have a belief
And say, let's just start with this now.
And my own response to that will be, is the talent. It's what you have been taught. Someone like me, I would always say everywhere, faith is what taught me. Bash the church what you want, but God helped and preserved me. Not only did I go to church, I read my Bible. So faith helped me. Family, my mother, my grandmother, those home trainings, their own terrible experiences. I learned from people's experiences firsthand. And then the last thing is consistency. You try things, it doesn't work. Be quick to be able to say, I pull back and I learn and I do something else. That's what helped me. So at the time I was getting married, I was living with my mom as a choice. Because in my head, as the only child also, I wasn't a mama's boy like mama's boy. I was a mama's boy thinking of family. That if I now say I want to go and rent a separate house. Now get this also, because I know what I carry, babes, they always flock around in that. Someone like me, you are a magnet to both male and female. And when you have a house, there's the tendency of people to want to come and visit you, to come and want to cook for you. I dey see for Momzi, they talk for Twitter, say, now food they start. But that's the reality. Get one of my friends, where na amala. Now one Igbo girl use collect her bobo for her hand for office. So now, you may think that there are different explanations to that, because one other popular influencer was saying that food is not the real thing. It's the lie. It's because you've not married the person. It's
not just the food. I mean,
respect
cook
is
food
key.
And they'll just be treating you.
God bless you. And that's respect. That's respect.
It's not you just cook food and give you and you now fall.
Yes, it's respect. But food does something, because it is not even the eating of the food, like the food is sweet. It is what you did to honor our hearts. That's why when you give a man a wristwatch, if he no forget you for 25 years, if I give a man a wristwatch today, by 5 o'clock this evening, she want another gift. But the way we are naturally wired, we are very appreciative of what you do for us. So when you get an apartment and you allow babes come around you, someone like me that time, when I still with my mama for office, babes, they do smoothie for me, they bring food, they think about me, I'm making pancake. Do you understand? So all those work wives, even when we never even give them name like Gen Z, they always, that it don't happen, tikpe. I can't get house. Okpe will go say she won't come cook for me this weekend. Now my sister, maybe we won't even do fellowship. But reality, how do you think all those pastors and code of those stories, how do you think it happens? That's how it happens now.
Small.
Now one honest mistake, now you go put man and woman together. Where Bible don't even also talk, say, get one thing maybe if you understand that the way man and woman. Once you don't put and you don't get any mutual respect or care for each other, that's where it leads to wahala. So that was the wisdom for me to. I know if you bring babe come my own house with my parents, on the disrespect. Do you understand? It go give you balance. It go also help. Another thing is having elders around you helps you to see far. Because I they see you now, they see this one. They go don't see as that added they talk. So that time, if I bring person, you go don't hear my grandma and my mama they talk. And they largely always they correct sometimes.
And
So-
we won't even know that we will be arguing that they don't know what we're saying.
We go slam
This
door.
one,
What you talk, mommy? Every
But
time
when you
you are
actually now
too
zip
difficult.
it, or when the situation now comes,
You
you
know
now realize,
what you go tell them?
Eh.
Or I go laugh, mommy. Hi, remember that thing you told me last year? So, and that problem affects even our friend. Friends, my friends where they marry later. Why I always disturb them? Say, "Oh, God, go marry. Just find good girl, settle down."
Where I go find?
Because
You go
once
find,
we don't,
or you
see,
don't find.
once as a man too,
Off camera.
think about it. once as a man too, you don't japa or you don't soft. It becomes very difficult. Your tastes done already today. It's easier for men to marry at a later age, but you two, your taste don't day. Because now think about it, where you day now, if I tell you now, say lash, and generally as a Christian, I will even tell you that maybe I had a revelation or say that this girl you go marry you. But if maybe you don't get one girl where you like, but the girl no day the location where you day, you know, say you go to tell yourself things like, she too far from
She too
me.
far.
Oh. Maybe she can't even take Canada. She's -6 hours. All that stress. Whereas, as a believer, if that babe is what God is saying, it's like she's for you, and you believe so, you will be walking and just trusting God for the timing that, okay, how are you going to now connect us together?
Yeah.
But instead, as man, we go just feel like, say, I don't get that patience, so I need woman with day near me. I dey lonely.
Fair enough.
And another thing is, our friends don't tell us when they are lonely. Sometimes I dey call my friends for UK, say alpha. No be just to say alpha. I just want to know say they dey okay.
They dey okay,
Because
yeah.
if they dey lonely, they no go tell you.
Oh.
So that's the story. So that's where our friend is. And I only go for help. Because usually the statistic with me I get, when they end up marrying, they end up regretting.
Yeah.
And I'll
It's
just
like-
leave it
it's
that. I'll
like
just
settling-
leave it.
And I hope
God,
it's
the word.
I hope it doesn't get to that. For all my friends, I'm even trying to matchmake them. There was one morning I created a group trying to matchmake singles.
For you.
Yeah, I just created a group.
Does the group still exist?
No, it doesn't exist. But I created a group. I think I kept like 5 single guys and 5 single ladies. All of them, they were just laughing. I'm like,
You're
you
not
got me
taking
to
it
meet
serious.
yourselves. Yeah, you people are scared of going out there and I know you guys.
And you know the thing is, drag your pastors all you want, but if you also reflect on, and Isaac was sharing with us before we started about the kind of friends he's trying to cut off. If you reflect on the friends that allow you to do things, or not allow you, but like sort of encourage you to do the things you don't like to do, those friends are not just bad. The things that they have you doing is part of wasting your time.
Yeah.
So you keep telling yourself, and I'll tell Isaac last year that you're not too young to start thinking of marrying. No, I still want to enjoy myself. Now the thing way person they lead you to do,
Nah, the
Yeah.
circle of
they-
friends when they enjoy
they
themselves.
encourage you to no one settle down. Whereas there's a lot of wisdom in settling down early.
So
But you won't see it until don't take.
So Isaac, if they say that you should settle down, it's not as if you should marry tomorrow or next tomorrow or this year. I mean, you start making plans towards it.
yeah.
Start to get yourself together.
Yeah.
Start to look out there. Obviously, you have to even meet somebody and cut the person.
Yeah.
So
And be intentional.
when I was young, I was still young. My own plan was we can just make money and just chop life. But after a while, that is
Yeah, that's
it's
the
a
so like
waste of
you
time.
actually just think about it like, oh, you've like the shopping life now, how has it benefited you?
Has benefited,
It's
that's
just
the
memories.
thing.
But Mr. Dikwa, it makes sense if for me that's the most important thing in my head right now because that's actually what it is.
to chop life.
No, to make money.
I mean, so the thing for me, so I saw a video. I saw a video.
But I want to ask- I
sorry,
want to ask,
Mr. Dikwa,
when
I don't want
she-
to lose my thoughts.
Who be Mr. Dikpo? She
Sorry,
said
KOG.
she say she called my name. You won't answer question.
True. Sorry, I saw a video.
Host, see
I
host
saw a
wahala.
video last week, and the person was like, he brought 2 people together, and he's like, oh, if this person is earning, let's say 400k, this one's earning, two of them are earning 400k, but this one he has already maybe staying in his parents' house, he doesn't pay rent or anything, and this one is paying rent and everything. The 400k is different because this one now has something the speaker called irresponsible money. Because when his salary comes, maybe he has sorted his clothes and everything. Maybe he has 200k left to just blow.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, there are a lot of people that are there. Like when you say make money, what are you doing with that
What are you doing? with the money?
irresponsible money?
Yeah, that's
Do you
the
get?
thing.
Are you blowing it? And that's the part about chopping life because you literally, part of chopping life is blowing irresponsible money. But what are you doing when you're not chopping life? You actually have to now do something reasonable
Yeah.
with that money. So that money has to become responsible.
Yeah.
So are you investing or are you not investing doesn't even have to do like maybe piggyvest or something. Like, are you taking courses, trying to better yourself and everything?
Trying to
So
increase your
that's the thing
income.
about shopping life.
Okay, so
I don't
let me
see any
ask my
benefits.
question now. So lately, to be very honest, it has been at the back of my mind. Like, I'm not really thinking it, but it's there because now, like, almost every of my friends are in serious, like, very serious. Although sometimes I used to bet myself that you people are chopping breakfast because I mean they always bring the drama. So I just like at the end of the day, people, but because like I can't. The fact that I want to make money or I want to make my parents proud is like the only thing
Yeah.
on my side. I'm not scared that like someone that was telling Mrs. Chinwe, I go to say Miss Chinwe, have you ever thought that one day you're going to end up single for the rest of your life? Because I feel like the manner in which I'm going, it looks like I'm actually going to end up
So
single.
I have an answer for that. I don't think Mrs. Chinwe or you're in the wrong path. So now you're trying to make money, trying to better yourself. So you're going from one level to another level, another level. And when you finally get to the level you actually like, you now meet somebody in that same class. For example, now maybe you're a customer service person now. After 1 or 2 years, you enter the company as maybe a backend in a bank now, maybe an analyst. In that analyst circle now, you see some guys in that circle too that you can also relate with. Maybe after some years now, you left there, became a manager. You meet some people in that your manager level that you can relate with. So your level keeps going and you keep meeting people in that level. So you're not wrong for trying to better yourself and making money and just focusing on that. The level you will get to, you'll meet people in that class that you can partner with.
Yeah, you can connect to it.
Or
Yeah,
connect with. So
I mean, regardless of
see, if you keep staying in that level, so I grew up in Agege. I was born in Agege. So imagine now I stayed in Agege or just decide to not move out of Agege or not get exposed. What I would just know is people in Agege, life in Agege, probably meet a partner in Agege, which I don't want to.
when you settle there.
I set in Agege, I'll probably be a local champion there. So you just keep bettering yourself. You meet someone in the next level. If you don't want to remain on that level, meet someone. And you can never be wrong for, even if you don't meet anybody, you'll be far, far better off.
But you know, the reality is, I started sharing intently with people recently some of the keys that helped me, you know, in my success. And the first one I use is collaboration.
Yeah.
So everybody here, I believe, believes in God. Like, you know, we're Christian, and so your faith is what you collaborate with. So, whilst the premise that you guys are sharing is not wrong, but the reality is that the foundation of what you should be looking at would be her faith. And you may not remember Chinwe, but Chinwe is much older than her. And Chinwe sort of fits the mold of what she's saying because Chinwe didn't marry very, very early. Like, Chinwe didn't marry
Is Chinwe married now?
Yeah, she's married with kids now.
2 kids.
But she didn't marry at like 18 to 24. Chinwe married not too long ago. So she's in a very good place to even say, Omo, enjoying my life may not have been the best thing. And she talks about it in fellowship. Do you understand? So the foundation of what you'll be building is good relationships.
Well, I don't think she's saying enjoying her life. She's saying working on herself.
Working. So she's not saying it in the context that you understand, but I know Okwe now. So I know that the enjoying your life is part of the making money. Because you make money to spend.
Okay, why are you
Yeah,
making money?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is it to
exactly.
flex?
Exactly. Chop life
So,
a bit.
yes, to
To be able to
travel,
travel.
you know.
And exactly. So I know. So when you think about it, and like I said for me, so what did I do? Was one way or another, intentional or not, the first thing that God has been helping me to do is to build my faith. Because your faith is what guarantees tomorrow. The decisions that I make that people think I'm successful with now, I probably made 10 years ago through the faith. The relationships that you then make that Lash is talking about, if you don't allow your faith to be a common denominator, the people that you will meet in those circles from internship to associate to manager level and so on, if you don't have the common faith with them, you will make stupid decisions. Like, we can make money with this deal. Oh. If you're a Christian, you're like, oh no, that is wrong. I shouldn't do that. But if you don't have a common faith, you will just be seeing money. And so I try to encourage Okwe that, look, money is just what you see. It's talent. Years ago, I had a big brother tell me that and I don't know where he heard that quote, but empty your pocket into your brain, you'll never be broke. And it's largely because it's talent. believe your Bible or not, and I'm sure it's probably also in the Quran, there's a talent that everybody has. Everybody has a unique person. Whether you are anybody you are. If I spend enough time with you, I will tell you what I think your talent is. Like, he has a talent of being friendly with people. You may not see it as a talent, but it's a talent.
Right.
She has a talent of brightening people's day. She's also always happy. So even if she's having a bad day, she's also always happy. I can't be giving you that. Pay me for now. Pay me for consult. So my point is, we all have a talent. And so if you empty, that quote of empty your pocket, basically means improve your talent. Like, once that talent is improved upon, people will pay different bills. Like today, so you guys say, oh, King of Japa. But I've spent years building myself, being able to talk to people. Like today now, trying to get here, I was late a bit because I was trying to close a deal. So I had to be in the meeting. I shouldn't have been in the meeting, but more. I saw that more. If I didn't enter that meeting, this will not go make the money where we want more. So it's a talent. When I talk to people, they just ask me how many zeros. Now, years ago, it wasn't the same. I had to build myself. I had to learn appearance. I had to learn all those things. So when Okpe tells me money, I'm trying to tell her that, look, I get you, but build your talent. And it's your talent that allowed me to pick you up. It's your talent that would allow me to pay you and improve what I pay you and then eventually push you out. Okay. You know, I'm not even from this circle of, oh, Isaac is with me, I don't want Isaac to go to somebody else, I will not be vindictive. No. If you have a talent, I will want to help push you out, because tomorrow I may be at a different level that I will still need you. If I don't have a good relationship with you, then I will not be able to come back to you. And it's the same thing if you hurt somebody like me. Like, there are a few people that can hurt me, but if you hurt me and you don't see the need to fix up, when you will need me, you won't even be able to come to me. You know? So the reality is that money is not, and I keep telling her, but I hope she will get it, that money is not your focus. Build your talent. Then you say, oh, Mr. Diko, with this talent I have now, I think you should triple my salary. And I should have even seen that before you come to me. Yeah. And that goes to the same thing with Japa, which is why we say, like it or not, when you go abroad to learn, if you go do a master's abroad or you go do an undergrad, if you go do a course that is not in line with your talent, you struggle. You may not struggle now, you struggle eventually. And if you don't struggle eventually in the money way, or you struggle in the physical or mental way. Because I have friends.
What you are doing.
God bless you. I have all my customers and friends telling me the hatred for instance, what's that job that everybody does when they get in? Warehouse jobs.
Warehouse, yeah.
Everybody hates it. Our guy, my G, Balu, I told God, I said, hey, you do talk to God now. Said, 2 months, I cannot be here. And God being God with our prayer. Because nobody likes that kind of comfort with stress. Oh, you're paying me a small stipend that would help me survive there. But the stress, you can't sit down. All the things that they used to complain, the weather.
The first day I did warehouse like this. As I came back, I was like, shame in the lane. Shame in the lane. And I had to go back the next day.
And I saw a video of a guy who was wearing Agbada a couple of days yesterday on Twitter. He was wearing Agbada with 2 cars in Lagos, go to UK dancing as a cleaner.
Oh, yeah, I saw that video.
And I've been, the funny thing about this thing, because I've been doing this business for almost 10 years now. I've been hearing about that story for almost 20 plus years of people who have been living.
Living good here.
Technology now, they make us, they know all these things. People have been doing and Japan and doing all these things.
They've been doing it since now.
People will live here as manager, GM. I'll not go there.
I'll be working in KFC.
But I mean,
I'm not poo-pooing the job. I'm poo-pooing, and you guys have never heard anybody say it, I'm poo-pooing the talent you have and you not seeing. But again, it's because of my faith I can say that. You not seeing that, Omo, you have something. Everybody else think that, oh, Nigeria is bad. Oh, Nigeria is bad for you. Look at me. Nigeria is not bad for me. So
I have this friend who, he's still in Nigeria, but like his family were pressuring him, I think from like 2018, that for him to Japa, like they were on the whole P like that. And he kept telling them that as at that time he had reached a certain level in the industry where he works, and if he moves to wherever they want him to move, he's literally going to start from the scratch again. He probably will not even be in that industry again. So he wasn't going to do it. And like they kept trying. It was a whole fight. He has to leave his parents' house and move to his friend's house because it was a whole P. Now I mean, I won't say he's at the top, but like he's doing well in his industry. Like
In
he's
Nigeria.
in Nigeria. He's into different things. Yeah.
That kind of guy now na my customer. Because if I want buy ticket or do visa for him, he
Yeah.
no good. If I say, okay, Schengen visa 500K, so
One
okay,
time.
send me, wire me your account. But if he went and immigration policy go kick him for bomb,
Yeah.
he will come back
to
on
start
here or
again.
something, or they hustle for there. They hustle, they do care job for there to
Yeah.
stay.
I
or
have,
to come
I
back.
have, I have, and I know of two people that have come back within the last 6 months.
Come back like
do
relocated.
what?
They came back to Nigeria from
Fine.
the UK,
Voila.
from the
What
UK
happened?
because they didn't find jobs and their visas expired.
Oh.
And it's actually sad. I know one of them. He has not lived in Nigeria in the last 10 years because after secondary school he moved to somewhere in the EU.
Mo do PR for Canada for him.
He moved somewhere in the EU and then he schooled. He did his masters there. Then his visa there expired too, so he had to move to the UK
Do another
to do another master.
Hey.
Now
Double honors,
he
Baba.
still didn't get a job after 2 years.
Fuck.
Now he's back here.
Yeah,
And I was actually talking to him on Saturday, like maybe he probably has to see someone because there's no how you not
Bro,
be.
he's mental health.
Yes,
mental
there's no him. He's like, now nothing there.
but his
About
family
something
rich.
they call
His
him.
family is rich. Yeah, his family
He-
is rich. But
he
I
know-
don't,
Because he no pathfinders now. Why?
Bro, apart from even that, say, he's back in Nigeria. I feel so bad for him. I don't even
People are
imagine.
coming back. Oh.
I don't even
You know
where
the
would they
year,
start from?
People they come
yeah, that's
back.
the thing. Because him too, that's what I'm
The
asking.
bros we sell supermarket the other day. We in wife don't begin the do another thing for them. What you go do?
Hey.
The bros we put for Twitter last week. We in catching wife for hotel with another man. What you
I
go
think that was
do?
in Canada. Saying,
See,
Even
see, you are lucky that I'm not even yet very popular on social media because all of you will not like me. Because you see the nonsense that we spew as young people when we don't think and count the cost. Somebody was talking about his women that go and do masters and all that. You are so.
I saw that.
bro, I
too.
saw that. A lot of talk about.
I saw that
A lot of talk about.
I saw that.
I don't even. The one I don't talk
You know
about.
how many men that come to me that would do anything for their wives to go back to school?
We know it. So and the
Then
guys
you will now
go there
get there.
to go and hustle.
No, that's not what is paining me. He will get there. Another man will they knock your wife.
The law's not going to it. The one I want us to go into is the one I saw on Twitter. I just saw it. I didn't even comment. Someone tweeted that earning 2.5 million is better than any 2.5 euros.
I saw that.
I was
tweet.
just laughing. I was just laughing.
saw
at
that
Jesus. I was just laughing. See that even came to my mind. First of all, I mean, earning 2.5 million a year.
Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of Twitter people need to touch grass.
Even KOJ know the end to my
People are not touching grass in this
2.5
country.
million.
Reality is not hitting.
Then
people.
two, with your 2.5 million,
2.5 times 10, 20.
your 2.5
That's
million
like 30.
SARS or SARS still around, they will still come and harass you. I saw somebody's tweet that he said that his neighbor was envying him. He
But
posted
come on.
from Finland.
Let me just tell you something.
Negro.
Let me just tell you something. In 2024,
Mm.
I want to travel more. Please, don't forget that I am my best friend.
Me, I know traveling is not
This
even
guy.
my own.
Get a Schengen visa and a UK visa. 31 euros from UK to Barcelona.
Yeah, I saw it.
31
And
euros.
it's not a lie.
Do you know what 31 euros is today in Nigerian money? It's not even so expensive. Oh.
About 70k or there about or 60k.
And you go to Barcelona.
That 60k is Abuja to
By train?
Abuja to
Flights.
Lagos. Oh.
I mean,
Abuja to Lagos.
my friend was telling me.
when I was in Barcelona last year, I saw 7 friends from UK, London. They took off. Tell me what these guys came to do. Three babes and 4 guys.
Just
You
came
guys
to-
will not believe.
Just came to see
No.
something or what.
No. They left London to Valencia to come and run marathon. I was upset.
For you.
My friend, so I'll tell my friend
I
that
was upset.
I'll tell my friend how to do a Schengen visa. So he was not telling me that that I should just do it through Greece because maybe apparently Greece don't have that much applications, and you don't even
But
believe
you
how
don't
much
get wahala. Anyway,
how much
anyone
how
will
much
do
is
it,
flight
you do.
ticket for Greece because to do your Schengen visa you have to buy the flight ticket
From
already.
the first country, yeah.
So fly to Greece, UK, return. The guy was telling me that it was £40.
Return.
See, people don't understand that this year.
Return, £40.
So now think about it. Is that not information is power? So if you go and see me, they travel. You know, say if they see all those people on Instagram, they say how I spent $200 in 10 months to 10 countries.
Yeah.
And even if I have plans,
What's that guy? What's that guy that does not talk? That can talk at Grammy.
Kabilim.
all,
Kabilim.
Did they pay him to say anything?
now we understand.
They asked him a question, interviewed him. They said, "Who's your favorite African artist?" He said Tupac. And someone said, "Now I see why he doesn't talk."
You guys are rude. And that's
But why did they talk? I thought it's his thing not to talk.
I mean, it was an interview.
It was an
now.
interview. They
It was an
invited him now.
interview.
When you're a celeb, they invite you for all these things.
Wow.
So, well, okay, so I mean, we've talked. Well, I'm still talking Japa Chronicles and all the latest gist, but let's talk about UK now. The last time you were here, you were, wow, how many times you don't change your job since you don't come here now? Pathfinders, by himself. What's happening?
I've not changed my job in a while. I've not
Okay.
changed.
What's happening now? All these UK policies, like your. First of all, what do you feel about your current prime minister
My current prime minister.
and his policies and his cabinet policies? Let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic.
And if you watch my podcast, you should know that I'm pro your prime minister.
I'm here as a citizen.
Exactly.
Come on, let me buy that.
He doesn't want to ruin his chances.
I love my prime minister. I love my prime minister. That job. Have me passport.
We'll blow your face. We'll blow your face. Speak your mind.
But
I mean,
a lot of people will not like me, but I happen to have no problem with what the big four they are doing right now. And I think
I'm confused.
I told you guys now, when you're a father, if your whole street is under attack and you have your wife and 2 children, do you go to your neighbor's street to go and rescue them, or do you rescue your family first?
You stay with your family now.
Every prime minister.
But I mean, there's context to that.
But
There's no context.
okay, let me give an example now.
Don't contextualize it in any way. The policy, all you need to ask yourself is, are they doing it to be vindictive, or are they doing it for their people?
They are being biased. I mean, you could do it and still tell the truth. Oh, the reason why we are doing
that's
it.
like this politics now.
The reason why we are doing it is because of this and that.
Yeah,
So
but that's
obviously,
politics. They won't say that one.
immigrants coming in is helping their economy. The money we bring in, the jobs we do that they can't do. Like, I know how many students work in factory. How many students do the care and they say you clean racist patients and
taking care of them.
And
because
you
we have to
children,
we take all the insults.
No.
So we know how many immigrants do that, and even some of them, they do it for below minimum wage, even if it's not documented. They do it for below minimum wage, just so they can make money. And we know how many immigrants do it. Yes, we boost the economy, but at the same time, because so many immigrants are coming in, the cost of living is rising. For example, now, when my friend was in All, I think he told me he was paying about 200 and something, and it was even very easy to get
that was like
a place.
4 or 5 years ago.
And now you see people in when
400
you see
pounds,
people quoting 400 like
exactly.
All. Even when I was in all was 325.
Exactly.
Why are you quoting 400? Are you drunk?
So the reality is that he's reacting to what is going on.
So he could say that
he
because of the cost of living,
politics.
you don't have to just now
my brother,
diss that
politics 101.
we are bringing something to the economy.
Yeah, it's actually affecting the economy.
You can't just take the good part and leave the bad part.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah?
Again, you say we because it's not a French class. You're not a citizen. Do you understand?
I'm an immigrant.
Well, he's an
now.
immigrant. He lives there.
We are
So
bringing
he doesn't
something.
owe you
I
anything.
know how much I pay in tax.
Now, but by law, he doesn't owe you anything. Let's be realistic.
So
now.
let me not
Piers Morgan interviewed him, and Piers talked about how his mother had an emergency and they couldn't attend to her for hours. Because
Should I tell you something? That's not even our fault again.
No, I'm just trying to give you an idea.
No,
that
let me counter it. Let me
has-
counter it. That is that point. I will counter it.
Okay.
Because right now, I've been in the UK almost 3 years now. I've only gone to the GP just once. And that once was because I wanted to travel. Let me just go and register so I could get COVID vaccine. I was just to register. So they debited me. So when I did my first visa, I think I paid about 600 and something pounds for IHS.
Mm-hmm.
When I renewed my visa, I paid about, let's say, 700 pounds for 2 years. So that's like 14 pounds for IHS per year.
And you know,
I've not gone to the GP.
Yeah.
Only just once to register. And every month, they debit me about 200 and something pounds.
What?
Yeah.
National insurance.
Yeah.
I've not gone to the GP at
Yeah.
all. So me, I don't even mind paying because
But
I know
the
that.
point is that the system is broken. And that was
No,
the point
it's not our fault that you're not paying your doctors well and shit. It's not our fault. But we are bringing money to fund your IHS. So you don't, and we hardly go. A lot of Africans, like, even when my baby was not feeling fine, they will tell her that, oh, just take Panadol, or your appointment is in 1 month, and your sickness has gone.
And that was what Piers Morgan was
It's not our fault
arguing.
that the GP
Nobody is
making. It's the real parents that are plugging the GP.
But that's why that was exactly the reason for Brexit. We know this. They know it.
And they should
now.
send Europeans
Yeah,
back.
so why are we
Eventually,
facing it?
everybody would go. So that's the question. That's why I said you must look at things on the foundation. Don't be looking at things because it's paining you. For you to make that fix, those Europeans you're talking about, they can't just send them away. Some of them have been there for generations.
And again,
And to hold on, my brother, let's be realistic. Now, the Piers Morgan then also said by the time they took his mom up to her room, she was sorted out in 36 hours. Fantastic healthcare system.
Yeah.
So yes, there is a problem. People are clogging it. Those Europeans are also somewhat immigrants because if once you are not a citizen of
Fair enough.
UK,
Fair enough.
exactly. So what is paining us is that we will get good intent. Bad eggs don't go spoil them. And don't forget, even your people, they do bad eggs. Because how many people they call me regularly say, do I have a customer who wants to go to UK that the person is willing to pay 4 million, 5 million? I have customers who will take bad decisions to be able to document themselves in a way that is not true. And that's why I tell you that I could have been making money in this business much more than I am doing. It's not for faith and say this is just wrong. So those times where people they beg you, make you house person for your house because house no day, is the real reason not because they didn't have money. Because they told the embassy they had money and they didn't have money. So even when you were in hall, if you did the whole POF and you said you had the 9,000 plus, at that 325, no be still affordable house they there. That's the reality now. So yes, there's the politics side of it, but there's the real reality. And that's what we must tell ourselves. It's the same thing with IELTS, people saying they're targeting Africans or Nigerians. That's not true. So that's why I said I'm pro. And it's not about the prime minister. Let me just tell you that thing about politics 101 because I'm going into policy and governance. You don't just do things because you're a prime minister or anything. You do things because interest. How many people do your parliament?
But now,
and you know the election they come.
But now, see, even with what they are doing, the economy is going to suffer it
for a while. They will return it back now.
For example,
but it's been like this now.
For example,
now,
it back
very soon.
The schools, when you go to the schools, people that are doing this thing, second degree, post-study, postgraduate stuff, degrees, that's masters and PhD, is mostly immigrants.
But PhD, they're not affected. And master's research is not affected.
So it's master research not affected.
Even though it's a small number, maybe it's like 20 or 30%.
But most people go for thoughts.
Yes.
And most people that are actually coming for that are immigrants.
Yeah.
And now, because now you've said that they can't bring their dependents, they're going to lose that amount.
Yeah.
And now to now make up the amount that the schools need to actually run their schools, they have to increase the fees of local.
They won't do that.
So that the schools will be.
No, actually,
they don't do that now. It's always been like this now. It's been like
so
this.
From what because when I was reading up on this, I think it was Sky News that put it out.
Yeah.
So there are two options: either the government starts funding some of these schools, or they actually increase the fees for local or for citizens.
So
those are the two.
And they won't do the second one because it's the same thing in Canada now. When I remember years ago, I had one customer who won't carry picking go one big school, UBC or something like that. Local student, they pay like $6,000. International student, they pay like 40 or 50,000. So when this whole Canada policy changed, I was now seeing news of provinces giving schools money. So government does give the public schools money, but international students, they give schools in one province like $2 billion.
Yes, no.
Province no feed. Where you want to see the money? Who go approve that kind of budget?
In all,
but they have to balance it.
In all, I mean, I'm sure it's because of the influx of immigrants in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
One, apart from even the whole economy, the way it has boomed because now more people are entering buses, so the bus company get money. More people are patronizing the restaurants.
Yes.
More people are patronizing the supermarkets. Apart from that, the school itself, they just even built one building in about 3 months.
And you know how much money they would have used to build it? Or the start how they do it. Now they will not come here to be boboing us.
I didn't see the building.
Yeah.
Then when I came back
1 year.
it was not even up to like 3 or 4 months.
Are you serious? The whole new building.
Okay, please check Deion Sanders, University of Colorado, how much he has made for the Star City in how many months of less than 1 year.
The university itself.
Telling you.
So apart from even the
I
school
think
fees
it's
we
about
bring, the
I think it's about
economy,
$300
because
million or something like
so
that.
when me I left to the UK, they made international student fees and local student fees the same thing.
Are you
So it
serious?
was really cheap.
Yeah,
So
for
a
a few
lot of us,
for
a lot
a
of
few
us
months.
left.
Yeah.
So I was hearing stories of so there were some shops that already closed. The shops came back to life.
Yes.
Because
Ah,
people
yes,
that
no.
came to start selling. Apartments that have been locked, they renovated it so they could rent
Yes.
it out. Baba now has so many people to barb.
Yeah.
Okay, do you mean the school revenue?
School and the city
The,
revenue.
the economy of the city just
like now over boom.
100 people have gone to the city. That's 100 people that need
Okay,
to enter
$9.5
bus.
million
In
20. That was in 2022.
Omo. Check for 2023 says it's about $300 million. I can't remember that news. These guys sold out homecoming day. Homecoming is like pre-season. So those to come. He sold out the whole season in weeks. In like he never start the job. They just announced say Deion Sanders is leaving Jackson State to Colorado. That's the effect. Let me now bust your
This
head.
college football.
College football. Let me bust your head, my brother. This is it's like leaving Lagos to Tarabao. Like you're leaving heat to cold. People still dey go. That's the
Like people,
influence.
he brought in people
Yes.
like a college player.
That Denver, the cold die. Denver, Colorado, the cold die. And now Texas, the guy na Southern boy, you like heat. That's the influence of migration. And that is internal migration. That's him leaving one city,
To another city.
Mississippi to Denver.
It
So
just- it
imagine
boosts
now
the economy.
immigrants leaving. Because what you don't remember is that POF where you dey pay, you go give health insurance and you are safe, right?
Yeah.
But Lash go buy food.
Yes.
And so you bread person go do all right, meat person go do
I go
all right,
bab.
chicken person, vegetable, gbogbo egg. Then what do they call all those $1, those stores, those like what we call supermarkets, right? Those popular ones and usually like Indians and Pakistanis,
Okay.
those are what they do.
All those convenience stores.
$428 million budget
428 million.
for
400 and so-
Colorado Spring. In
You don't understand how much that guy. That's internal migration. Now think of see why Canada one province for Canada. No, $2 billion now they give their schools.
So that's exactly my
Wait,
point.
and that's just the school fees we pay, not
Just
the,
school fees.
the
Yeah,
economy.
that's
Not
exactly my
school
point. They're actually going to
Yeah, but
face
everything
the
a lot.
heat. That's now
But they've
with
made
new
a lot of
policies.
the money now because think about it. With government, everybody pays tax. Schools know they pay tax.
Everybody pays.
Everybody will pay tax now.
pays
Money,
some.
the government will collect their own. In Canada, for instance, now everything is taxed. So if an average student brings in 30,000 Canadian dollars in each school, anything you buy, government takes a tax. Like I remember when I ordered something from Canada through my friend. By the time the thing is like $80. After everything, everything $140. What happened? Tax.
Oh,
Are you
wait.
serious?
So in Canada, so they don't calculate tax with their stuff. Crazy. In the UK, it's tax in it
Tax
already.
poor. There's
Oh,
plenty
so in the
tax.
UK now, for example, if I want to buy this shoe,
If
if it's £50,
the tax
it's already
is
inside the
included,
£50.
yeah.
But for Canada,
And the benefit of tax is why your health system works. Now, the whole clogging issue, they will probably figure that out. But like Canada, and everybody copies the UK because Canada and Australia are baby
Oh,
brothers.
they should figure that
Canada,
that
if
stuff
if you sneeze, the government will take care of you. If you want born, a government, everything, the government will take care of you.
That's why it's good. That's why I'm going to remain in the UK. I mean, once I get their citizenship, I'll leave to Dubai. Go and enjoy tax-free money.
Yeah.
When I'm old, come back to the UK as a citizen, enjoy my health care.
So what's the landscape looking like now? I mean, the policies are only a couple of months since they've announced it, but like what's happening right now? What I mean, we speculate in our office that okay, so let's focus on young people who are going to go for undergrad per usual, masters people that are below the age of 27, 28 who are not yet married. Then of course research people. But what are you seeing in the landscape now? What should Nigerian students know?
I mean, people are still coming in, regardless of this. But people who are coming are mostly people without dependents.
Yeah.
Single people are still trooping in their numbers.
Yeah.
And the schools that are suffering now are those because are those schools that are remote schools like all seaside.
They're suffering, right?
Those ones are mostly suffering because there are no jobs in that place and their school fees are almost on par with those schools in the Midlands where there are jobs.
So basically, we'll revert back to how it was before.
Yeah. So and me, I'm even liking it because I live in all.
So things will get cheaper.
This will get cheaper and all. This will get cheaper and all, and they'll go back to begging us.
So I wanted to ask the skilled worker thing.
Yeah,
So when they increased the was it minimum wage for
the threshold.
yeah,
to
the threshold,
bring
yeah,
a dependent.
yeah. Is it to bring in? No, not that. So I think I saw a policy where like for you to get skilled worker visa, like the salary that the company, the minimum salary that companies can use to sponsor visa, they've increased it.
So I'm not really clear on that, but the one I know that I really saw is as a skilled worker, if you want to bring a dependent, it's about 38K. You have to be earning at least 38K to bring a dependent. So I don't know the threshold to get sponsored. It should be lesser. Or is it?
I think it's lesser, but it was, I can't remember the exact figure, but I know as at I think January or December, January. It was around December they announced it. So for example, I know someone who had already gotten a job in the UK, so he was supposed to move I think January, and then when they announced that thing,
the company
they withdrew.
So that is making a lot of companies uncertain. You know, the whole policy, everyone is just looking at how everything is. Most companies are not really sponsoring that because they are not clear on what the government is doing. So this is anybody that doesn't have visa right now like that, you just have to wait until probably everything clears. Maybe like from May, when everyone understands the policy. But right now, most companies are staying away from sponsoring unless they are really desperate.
But like you said, I mean, there's less competition for you.
less competition. I mean, I like. I mean, there's so much job in the UK. There's a lot of jobs in the UK and so many vacancies.
People don't know. People don't believe in it.
So if immigrants are not really coming in like that, because it's mostly immigrants that are the skilled ones.
Yeah.
Most people there, most locals there. I mean, once they're done with their secondary school, or they call it high school. Once they're done with it, most go to do apprenticeship. And from apprenticeship, they start in the lower levels of the company.
Or they barely go to uni.
Some of them go, but the percentage that go to uni is not that much, and I don't blame them. You have to get student loans. Paying about 9K. You collect, if you are doing a 3-year course.
People don't understand what we're even enjoying.
A 3-year course, you probably, when you're done with school, you're probably earning about £50,000. Where do you want to start paying that from? And when you're done with school, you're earning £50,000 per year. When your first job, you're probably like 25K. After 25K, you have to survive that. Before you know it, bro, it's just a lot. So I don't blame them when they go for apprenticeship.
How far with your student loan for Nigeria now? So your guy announced
that one.
I told you.
Agbado ewa. Now you go job before you see that money.
Because
So I saw somewhere, I don't know how true it is. This is just allegedly that money doesn't even exist.
It doesn't exist. They
don't
look at that government.
They don't get back.
Tinubu's government is a government of propaganda. That's why they went to Dubai and say they've lifted the ban.
It's even the company that was even dancing. I was getting one company where they danced that time. Dubai is back.
Dubai is back. I think his handle tweeted it now. He took a picture with their
his
prince.
I think it's one of his what they call those
aides.
media aides that came. They even did an interview on channels and they were talking about it. And
if Dubai is back, why is it a thing of celebration? It's just another country for us to visit. Why is it a thing of celebration?
I don't even see why you are even bothered about Dubai. We should go to Qatar now. Like, you guys have exhausted
Yeah,
Dubai.
Qatar is even there.
Yeah, so I mean, are people going to start going from UK to Canada? Let's just say it. Let's be factual, because now they find customers.
In December, one of my friends left from UK to Canada.
Visiting or
PR. Then in January, another my friend left from UK to Canada,
and
so then they had jobs in UK
already.
But
like
they
full-time
the
job.
policy.
They already have full-time
everybody
jobs
wants
in UK,
Canadian visa.
but I wouldn't blame them. I mean, PR, and in 2-3 years you have your passport and you can leave Canada. Your passport and leave Canada.
That's the goal now.
Again,
it's like a project.
So the uncertainty in UK, you will be on visa for 5 years. It's just too. And I don't blame them.
How many years before you get your visa now? Because I know that for me, even before I started going into this business, now FM first teach me about how people they quickly get. Remember that year when they play FM? So when Mikel Obi did Chelsea, If I play FM, they will say Bikelobi has so and so amount of days to work in the UK to get his citizenship. But
It's
I mean,
5
the
years
policy
now
has
for the
changed
work
on
visa.
and off
5
now
years.
and all that. But right now, after school for you now, how long will you need to work
5 years.
to get your passport in 5 years?
5 years, and I'll get my ILR. So that's the equivalent of PR in Canada.
Yeah.
Indefinite leave to remain.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 year on ILR, you now apply for British passport. So I think
About 6-7 years then.
So 6 years, yeah. But once you have
Oh,
ILR,
once you have it takes like a year to get the passport.
once you have
There's
the
a choice.
ILR,
It doesn't-
so it's your choice. You can
no
apply
choice.
for the passport or not.
But you can leave without ILR for.
No, you
Yeah.
cannot leave.
Yeah,
After
I mean,
if you leave, I think if you don't stay like 2 or 3 years,
They'll-
if you are away for 2 or 3 years, they will revoke your ILR.
Yeah. Same with PR now. It's the amount of time in Canada you have to stay if you have PR.
So that's why it's best that once you get your ILR, 1 year after, you're eligible to apply for a passport. So you get your passport, and when you get your passport, you're a citizen.
But within the period where like you're holding your ILR, can you like
It's just 12 months, 1 year.
can you visit another country, come back?
I mean, I've not gotten there. I'm still far from ILR, so I'm not.
No, but you
checked
can.
it.
It's the amount of days spent in the country.
But
Doesn't matter.
honestly,
You can-
once I get
you can move,
ILR,
you can
it's
move.
just 1 year to wait. I don't think I will even visit like that. 12 months, collect my passport, and come on.
Can we talk about?
Dubai.
Can we talk about? We can talk about this hustler mentality because Lash and I share the similar belief of should I have chosen to Japa, what he's doing is what I would do. I'm not there for the. What's it called? For the Japa syndrome. I'm there for the opportunity.
Yeah.
A lot of people leave Nigeria because they are just tired. They don't even have a plan. They don't have the project of, oh, if I do 4 or 5 years in Canada, I get this thing, I can actually come back,
It's
reinvest.
short-sightedness.
It's short-sightedness. So is it a hustler's mentality? Because the wealthy people don't care, they can go and come back.
Yeah.
But then we are either hustling for our money, that we've worked hard for our money, or is it the people, I used to talk about how people with unique past, people that have used fraudulent means to get
past.
into. Yeah, I like to get unique. Now they would have, they've doctored everything to get in. So, like, I wish people would understand that it's more than just.
get
In
in
this
there.
country, you see,
Yeah.
for me, it's just get a solid foundation.
When you keep saying growing up Agege, like
I can't wait to
is it
say
like
that.
the trenches of Agege.
Isaac,
Yes, nah, me and small
Isaac.
doctor we are friends.
For you.
I'm joking.
Isaac, I can't wait to say, oh, I grew up in the corridor,
I mean, I'm praying for Isha because I mean, Ikorodu is like, bro. Ikorodu is like. I'm not saying my mind on camera. I can't say my mind.
Which part
But,
of Ikorodu?
eh?
Which part of Ikorodu?
No,
There's no
leave
good-
that.
is there- there's no
Nah, she go.
Yeah,
You
she
tell
grew up
us.
for Ikorodu.
Eh?
Tell us.
where I grew up. Me?
I say nah.
I grew up in Aguarana, but
Agba.
why guys laughing? No, I grew up in like Aguarana is not trenches now.
It's not trenches. It's
outskirts.
just by the border.
Yeah, exactly.
But that
it's not exactly trenches. But yeah, I mean, Agege.
Everybody has that story.
Yeah.
Everybody has that story. Somebody did motion to Mohit. What was that?
Yeah, motions more hits.
That's what we
I grew up in
grew
Agege where at the point, I mean, going to Keja was a big deal. I'm going to Keja.
Let me give you guys a funny story. So I have this family friend. So he picked me up one day. We're driving. So there's traffic. We're going to Ikeja. So there's traffic in some place. When there's pass somewhere, there was not traffic. So we have to go and pass inside Agege. So we're driving through, and he's like, see poverty. that his children. He just remembered that his children wasted tea yesterday, and he's like, Milo. Do you know what Milo is now? That one day he
Yeah.
will actually bring them to this place to see how people are actually trying to survive, and they will now use their head that this Milo that we're wasting is actually a luxury to some people.
Yeah,
Bro,
it's not even funny right
in
now.
the parts of Agege, I mean, that's where such economy is booming.
Thriving.
It's not-
I mean, they
and
can't.
The
They can't,
Igbos are cleaning out in that area.
Yeah,
man.
no, they can't-
All our customers.
they can't really afford. You see, everything is sachet. I used to just feel bad when I see it. But yeah, that's the reality there. That's
All right,
the
so
reality there.
there's some latest news from Canada that came out just hours ago. Some updates on the new policy to cap international students.
Canada also.
Yeah,
Oh, you
Canada.
didn't know?
No, me, I do nothing concern me with Canada.
When you are soft, you are soft.
Okay,
Don't,
true,
certain
sure.
news, no, they really
You
are.
know
You know they're
we
going to follow
I mean, I know
CBC
they-
News
so-
or Toronto Star.
But I know they even look down. I know that Canada's money is. It's almost
not
like Naira compared to pounds.
Ah!
How do they look all this? So when Ayo will tell you that, my friend will tell you that, move to Canada, like, so I don't want to depreciate.
Wow.
I can't start.
That's petty. But Canada is now saying that Isaac, undergrad students and students that go to colleges cannot go with their spouses anymore. Like
Gee.
it's now
Like,
clear.
But they have the
Now clear
landmass
now.
there. Why are they not?
We had
We
that
realize that
conversation.
landmass is not houses. It does not translate.
Yeah,
It's not
they
everywhere
don't
that
have
is
the
houses.
I think we had the
crisis.
conversation in our last podcast. Yes, you should go and watch it.
Yeah, go watch our last podcast. You can
We talked
learn about that,
length
bro.
about
Crazy.
But the news also says, there's cap for undergrad students, and then there's this provincial attestation letter now. They call it PAL.
Yeah.
So basically, just like UK, where they collect cash to get in, something like that's how we're going to see. So we are saying cash now. Canada has reached PAL level, and so that means that students that are going to Canada now need that letter, except you are going for master's or PhD. Every other person needs that letter.
I'm not even of the opinion anyone needs to go to Canada to study.
So right now, man, our
rather
business.
going through PR.
And I think now they now offer a longer
Yes, and they've
postgraduate
also
work
announced.
permit.
Yes, they've announced from
So that's
February
like-
15th.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I think I
Yes,
saw that.
So
3 years.
basically now, no matter whether you do 1 year master's or 2 year master's, you get 3 years PG or PP. So the policy is good. Again, like I said, these politicians are not thinking of you immigrants as a problem.
Thinking of
It's
the
just-
people.
They're thinking of themselves and their
Themselves.
people.
Yeah,
themselves
that's it.
in that they must retain their seats, and their people in that, I mean, they are their most important sort of constituents. So yeah, it changes a lot in our business.
Hopefully one day Nigeria is good and we don't really have to go out. Because honestly, if Nigeria was good, a lot of us won't go out. If Nigeria was as certain as if you invest A, you get A out.
Yeah.
No, but most people will not go out. I mean, Nigeria was bad in 2010, but not a lot of people were going out like that.
Yeah.
It's just gotten so worse. I just look back and I just imagine if it was still about 180,000 naira to fly to the UK and back.
There was a time we used to have that now. And particularly, everything is depending on when dollar was 150 to 200, 250. Now it's 1.4.
Because then our parents were probably earning like 150K.
You're still something.
And everything was soft.
It was good money.
It was
then.
good money.
Imagine earning
Minimum wage.
even 500K in that economy.
Yeah.
You don't need to Japa. You probably even go for a weekend.
Yeah.
In
And
UK.
Everybody has to now pivot, because now imagine as an organization now where at Ile where we do a lot of undergrad, postgrad, PhD interest. So you want to do admission, help people with all those things. But now scholarship now has become like a major focus, because not everybody can afford, to Japa. So scholarship is now a focus. So
Yeah.
now we gone the Polowo. If you want Japa and you don't get the money, student loan and scholarship is now a thing.
Wait, student loan in Nigeria?
No,
Yeah,
like companies abroad.
Funded
We're now
by
funding
yeah.
international students to come through universities and partners. So scholarship has become a thing. Research programs have become a thing. So people go to do graduate assistantship, teaching
That
assistantship.
even reminds me, I saw one opportunity I even need to push to you. I saw,
Yeah, we go Yanam.
okay.
Then I tell people now, even that UK Global Innovator Visa
Global
for
talent.
tech, global talent for tech guys, research guys. So like arts, like there's
Do you
so
do
many
that?
opportunities. Yeah, we do. So many opportunities now that we are looking
Why do-
to
why do-
expand.
why
So,
do-
Nico,
for
can you
yourself?
expatiate on that
I won't go
tech
do
for
for-
global
Just you don't have to
talent?
go there now. Just have it. You don't have to
Wait
be.
till I go do for, wait till I go do for UK.
KOJ, can you expatiate on that global talent for tech guys? Because
Need they pay us now.
Can
Need
I
they
can
pay
I
us
get
for
global
cover.
talent? I'm looking to get it.
You are already there now.
But it doesn't mean I want to. I like the visa. The visa is very
So
flexible.
generally, the visa just means that you're being sponsored to come and do either academia or arts or digital technology. So largely in typical fashion, it's almost like the government is saying if Lash has a particular skill that we
I'm
already have a
thinking of
deficit in, then we
applying
can
and
do.
using city side class. Yes, under arts. Would that work?
Oh, that can work. Again, what does the home office, what jobs are available, what opportunities are available? Then somebody has to sponsor you.
So that's the thing again. Once you get the these things. So there are two categories. There's there's one that is promising,
Mhm.
and the other one that
Yeah.
is the
Yeah,
establishing.
yeah,
So I don't know
yeah.
the exact word.
Yeah.
So if, for the promising, you need about 5 years on that visa before you can apply for ILR. For the other one, you need about just 3 years on that visa. So
Now every UK policy you don't know, you will already
oh,
soft.
mama, they look to pivot into global talent because that visa is very, very flexible.
Yeah.
So actually, you only just need to work 3 months in your field
before you can.
and you can do any other thing because when you're applying for ILR, you need to show 3 months pay slip
Yeah.
Okay.
of you
So
doing.
it's just like PR.
in
Again,
that
everything
global
is
talent.
everybody's copying everybody. It's just like PR where before your points gets in a particular space, you must have worked in a certain field, showing your pay slip, showing the
Yeah,
company you work for, things like that. So again, my point is things are changing. And this is the time to reach out to King of Japa. Japa partners will help you with anything that has to do with your movement now. Whether you want to go cruise for the US or you want to go take the sites of Madrid, Barcelona. But like this year now, it did my bucket list to go watch
El Clasico.
El Clasico.
What
So
day
you
is
want
it?
to go Schengen? I don't even know yet. Shimo will go.
I mean, I'll still have to apply. I'd like to go.
We dey actually organize for Banter Liga group. Oh.
To go.
I thought I'll come this January, if not be say the way Nigeria does be now.
For real, if
wanna
it's
go.
still in like April or May, I can apply for the
I need
visa.
to check.
I can apply for
need
the
to
visa.
check.
I kind like to
I actually
enter
wanted to
Europe.
go. Because when I went to
And
Barcelona,
Isaac,
when I-
and Isaac left the podcast.
when I was in Barcelona, they were renovating the camp now, so we couldn't really enter. But they were also renovating
Where
the
did they
Madrid
see
over
money to
there.
renovate? I thought they are broke.
This is my brother, funny club.
Well, but seriously, I like to
But they are
travel
largely they are
Europe.
funded by the government now, so
But
they don't mind.
the reason I've not even done that because to me it's a waste of
We
money.
go April 21st.
Oh, it's so far.
No, that's not even it. No, I'm certainly going to be. Damisho, if you are watching this, we will be there. But Damisho, I don't care about you.
Let me even check.
Lash and Balu
Who's
at
sponsoring?
SOJ.
Who's
You know, say,
sponsoring?
Japa
You.
partners now need a
I
sponsor.
don't be a single guy anymore, so I have to ask my madam.
Godwin.
So of us have to go together.
Isaac, you can't relate to a lot
Thank-
of things on this
bro.
podcast.
Thank you guys for coming. Today was a lovely. It was like it was a full Japa community conversation,
Bro.
right?
Everything.
It was tutorial. It was
Yes.
tutorial.
Thank you guys.
Bye, guys. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Lights.